We're going to do a guided self-compassion meditation for people suffering with chronic pain. Hopefully you're sitting with an upright posture, somewhere that's comfortable. It's okay to be standing or laying down if that is easier for your body. That's totally fine. The first step in a guided meditation like this is to notice your attitude of mind right now. And we want to notice, okay, is my mind racing? Do I feel anxious? If you're dealing with pain right now, do you notice you have a lot of anger toward it, or fear, or you're just so frustrated and wanting to figure it out? And so if you notice that mind state, it's really useful before you do self-compassion to kind of recognize that and say, okay, I have racing mind right now. I have racing thoughts. Okay, I'm feeling anxious. And then bring a sense of awareness, allowing the mind to be just the way it is. You don't have to change your mind state. It's very hard to change our mind states just through willpower anyway. So you can just let it be there and just say, okay, angry mind is present. Fear is here. It's okay. And it's useful to take a deep breath after we notice our mind state. Paying attention to the abdomen as it's changing, diaphragm contracting and expanding, air going in and out. Does it feel relaxing for the mind to notice this sort of massage that's happening each time we take a breath, massaging our internal organs? Can we relax into that feeling? For other people, the breathing is not so relaxing. That's okay. Just notice whatever effect your attention on the breath is having on your mind. It's also good to just take a moment and notice the sensation of your body against the surface it's on. So usually that's a cushion. You can notice the cushion pushing up, pushing against your back, pushing against your legs. You're trying to make contact with the direct physical sensation, beyond the concept of legs, beyond the concept of cushion. What's the direct sensation like? Now that we've sort of made contact with the present moment, we can turn to the compassion piece. So it can be hard to access self-compassion, and usually an easy avenue towards it is to think about how we would feel towards a friend or a family member who has really severe chronic pain, such that they couldn't get out of bed. How would you feel towards that friend? What might you say to them, and how would you say it? What kind of vocal tone would you use? Would you say, "I'm sorry for your pain"? Or would you use a gentler, more kind tone of voice, maybe with some tenderness? "Oh, I'm sorry for your pain. How can I help?" That simple question, "How can I help?" can be a really powerful one. And you can ask yourself that in the same way you might ask a friend. How can I help right now? I'm sorry you're going through this. It's really hard. And so when we're leaning into compassion, we're leaning away from needing to fix something. We're also leaning away towards being indifferent and saying, well, whatever, no big deal. Lots of people have pain. Just deal with it. We're not being indifferent, but we're also not leaning the other direction into needing the pain to go away, or else nothing's okay. It's not okay until there's no pain. That's also an anxious attitude that stirs up the nervous system and can actually, weirdly enough, make the pain worse, or can maintain chronic pain states. So we're saying right now we don't have to fix it. Maybe later we'll work on it, but right now we're just focusing on this one sense of compassion and caring. And we're making space for that. I'm sorry you're in pain. Using a gentle vocal tone that shows that we care about our own suffering. We take it seriously. We're not dismissive towards it. I sometimes find the phrase, may I hold my pain with kindness. May I hold my pain with compassion. May I create space around my suffering and my pain. Not diminish it or deny it. I find those phrases helpful too. And just as we bring self-compassion for pain, sometimes we'll notice that the pain is closely associated with other emotions. I think of pain as an emotion. It's motivating us to deal with some kind of unpleasant physical sensation. And anger and guilt and sadness and shame, those can also be physical sensations, not just thoughts. And they can be very disruptive and upsetting to have those emotions. And we can bring a sense of self-compassion to create space around the emotions, to allow ourselves to make contact with them, feel them, which allows them to move through our body and complete the cycle. And then take a few more deep breaths. And now you can open your eyes. And that's it. So the self-compassion piece is really critical because it not only can transform the experience of chronic pain, it can also transform the difficult emotions that are often blocked or avoided that exacerbates their chronic pain states. So taking 10 to 15 minutes a day to practice self-compassion over many months can have a really transformative effect.